In a game that was neck and neck until the end, the Comets came up just short in overtime to Oak Hills, 57-56. According to Assistant Coach Chris DeLotell, finishing out games is something the Comets need to continue to improve upon. Tonight, one of the things that they beat you on was free throws. Even though you guys beat them 24-9 with 3-point shots, they beat you in free throws. Do you think that was something that really affected the outcome of the game?
Well, it did in the overtime. They didn't make a shot in the overtime until the shot to win the game. I don't know that they took a shot in the overtime until the shot to win the game. I think every possession in the overtime before the end there was either a turnover, which there were maybe one or two, or we fouled them. They score 11 points in overtime, and the first 9 are all on free throws. So we fouled them 5 times on 5 different possessions in overtime, and they went 9 of 10 at the line. And obviously that played a big part in them winning the game.
I talked to you earlier about finishing the big games, or finishing and doing full 4 quarters. Do you think that's something also that played a role tonight?
Yeah. It's tough because when you lose a game like that, everybody's going to probably look at the possession where they scored at the buzzer in regulation to tie it, and the possession where they did the same thing at the buzzer of overtime or close to the buzzer of overtime to win it. And those are important possessions, but every possession is pretty important in a game like that. And there were some loose balls that well, just about every loose ball that they got rather than us, and those are possessions that we don't want to give away that we did tonight. And there's possessions that we as coaches feel like we should have done things differently, that we should have coached better than we did. So that's our first thought there is, where did we hurt our team? And there were times that we know we did that we have to coach better. So we have to play better and we have to coach better. And when you don't, you get beat like that.
And then going into Friday, you have a rematch against Princeton. What did you take away from the first game against Princeton to improve upon for this game to get the win?
Yeah, obviously we had a pretty strong second half at Princeton. We got back in the game. We got ourselves a little bit too big of a deficit. We got buried in the first half, and so it goes back to that 4 quarters thing. And I think that's where we talked about it. We talked about it after Princeton and Lakota East, and if we play 4 full quarters, we're as good as anybody in our league, and we have to continue to believe that here as we get toward the end of the year.
In Friday's rematch against Princeton, the Comets will come out seeking for revenge and try not to dig themselves in a hole early on. I'm Megan Stamper, NBC Sports.